Hi, everybody. My name's Rob. It's Friday, March 22nd, 2024, and I just turned 43 about 20 minutes ago. And I'm getting ready to click this little mouse button to buy the DDPY program. And here we go. And it's done. Let's see where we go. My birthday was on Friday, and now it's Monday, and I was officially starting the program on Monday, even though I bought it on Friday. I wanted to kind of get in and get a feel for things before actually getting in and starting the program. I just got done with my very first Diamond Dozen, and my quads are on fire. And I even did the chair one because it's not that I have mobility issues, but I don't know how well my balance is yet. So I figured I'd start with the chair to balance, and even that workout kind of, just the Diamond Dozen on that kicked my ass a little bit. I am extremely out of shape, but that's how it goes with these things. It was a good workout though. So why am I here? What led to day one, which is today? Well, there's a lot of things. There's some long-term things and some short-term things that really lined up and converged in my world. Briefly get into both of those. Long-term, I've been a line cook for like about 25 years now. And that's hunching over and pivoting. And that's pretty much all I do all day. And then lift stuff. And bend over to grab stuff out of drawers, grab stuff out of coolers. That's taken a toll on my back like you wouldn't believe. So I've had a lot of back pain, a lot of back issues. I don't sleep the best. Speaking of sleeping, a couple of years ago, I woke up and my shoulders were trying to touch each other, just like that. And I don't know what I tore on my left side, and of course I'm left-handed. It was really sore, and I didn't have a whole lot of use of it for almost a year, a full year, and that wasn't good. I don't, like a lot of people out there, I don't have insurance, so I can't just go to the doctor when I have problems. Unfortunately, that's a fact for me at this very moment. So of course I've seen the resurrection of Jake the Snake. I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. My dad was actually a professional wrestler. No, none of you have ever heard of him. His name was the Mysterian, just in case you have. If you have, get a hold of me, especially if you got some footage. He was on his whole weight loss journey, and I'm not quite doing this for weight loss. Hopefully the weight loss is going to be an awesome byproduct of all of this. But I'm more interested in the mental side of yoga. Years ago when it came out, saw DDP had his DDPY. Why? Because it's more than just freaking yoga. Sorry, DDP, I had to. I've heard multiple things about DDPY, never once even fathomed doing anything like this what led me to yoga in the first place. Well, very interesting story. First, the biography on A&E of DDP, back to back with the one last week with Scott Hall. There was a lot of DDP involved in that, a lot of inspiration involved in that. I didn't realize how much of a journey DDP had after his wrestling career with his DDPY and trying to get it out there. Even after all these amazing success stories, let alone coming back from a broken back, which is, insane. So I saw the biography, and then Dark Side of the Ring had Buff Bagwell, which featured heavily DDP and DDPY. So I had all this stuff going in the back of my head. I was in the shower. A lot of times I do some of my best thinking, and I don't know if you call it meditating, but just getting in tune with myself and my thoughts and letting them flow in the shower. That's my me time, and I live alone. So that's my me time. I have an ex-girlfriend. Shout out to Juana, no matter where we're at right now. Big ups to you, because there was a lot of miscommunication with us, and I would get angry. And I was thinking to myself in the shower, okay, Why do I get angry? Why? I just asked myself that simple question. Why? And for some reason, that was a real moment of clarity for me. I thought the solution might be simple, but you have to be in the right frame of mind to understand it sometimes. And that's where I was at. Why? Why am I getting mad? Well, it's become an instinct. This happens, ergo, boom, I'm mad about it. Now, how do I go about changing that instinct? This is all, I'm going down this rabbit hole in the shower still. How do I go about changing instinct? Well, I got out of the shower and I started Googling, and what's one of the first things that popped up is centering. You got to center yourself. I don't know if I've ever been centered my whole life. I'd like to think I have. I probably haven't. But I had to center myself. What's one of the main ways that people center themselves? Yoga. Okay, here comes yoga again at me. Now, my back issues. I was like, if I'm going to do yoga, what does DDP have for my back so I can get double the benefits? Boom, there's a whole program for the back, which was amazing. Of course there is. That's how it got started. He broke his freaking back. Now, having said that, I don't use a whole lot of drugs. I don't even ibuprofen. I forget that's a thing. Acetaminophen. I'm not a junkie. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't have any of those major issues. And last Thanksgiving, I decided I was going to give up pop, soda, whatever you want to call it. I was going to give it up. And I did for a whole month until Christmas. I had saved 2 sodas, pops, whatever. I'd saved 2 for Christmas and kind of had those as a reward. But I also wanted to go, time after that to make sure that I wasn't addicted to it. I've had probably 10 or 12 soda pops since then. I'll bust out 1 or 2 for like the Super Bowl or for my birthday or, different holidays that might pop up. That's my little treat to myself now. And I've also started changing my diet a little bit. I'm not dieting, but I have replaced certain meals with oatmeal, certain things with salad, snacking a little bit better depending on the week. That's getting better, but I have my moments, and I know that, and I'm working on it. But like I said, this isn't really a weight loss journey for me. I hope it happens because I am overweight. Actually, after I bought the scale after buying DDPY, I got on the scale and I couldn't believe what I saw. I had been 225 most of my life. I haven't been weighed since COVID because the only time I get weighed is when I go to urgent care and I'm sick or I have an abscessed tooth. So I haven't been weighed since COVID. So I initially put on the tracking information, I probably weighed 235, 240. And that's what I initially put on there, 240. I was hoping that the scale didn't say 250. And when I got on the scale, it said 211 pounds. And I didn't believe it. I checked the batteries of the scale. I thought something was wrong with the scale until I had my son come weigh himself. And he weighed what he weighed. And I was confused. So apparently getting off of pop was a good thing. Replacing some of my meals with a little bit healthier options, a good thing. Now, if I could just lose the bunch of the belly fat, I'd be golden. I'd be happy with myself. Like I said, more of this is the mental side of yoga for me. And actually, when I went in to do the tracking and I changed it from 240 to 211 pounds, it looked like I had lost 29 pounds in 2 days, which I don't think is healthy. But I got a really nice email from DDPY and congratulating me on they've seen the progress of my weight loss. I appreciate the sentiment, but I felt horrible. So I had to figure out a way to go in and change my base weight to what it actually should have been instead of what I assumed it was. I don't know if I just see myself bigger in the mirror or not. Or I was just under the assumption that I was bigger than I was. Either way, I'll take 211. I'd love to be under 200. They always ask if you are master of your domain if you watch Seinfeld. No, not that way. But in general, being master of your domain is everything. And I don't know if I've ever been that. So if I can achieve that, if I can get centered, if I can get this straight and work on this a little bit here, that's more than worth what I'm paying for the program. So that's me. That's Rob. That's how I got here to day one with my quads on fire from doing yoga moves in a chair when I can walk around. Yeah, I'm a little out of shape, but things are changing, baby.